Okay, so in today's Genshin Impact video, we're going to be going ahead and doing a Durin showcase type of first impression things. I don't have a mouse. My cursor just doesn't exist. Hold on. Alright, there we go. I've regained my cursor. Okay, so this is the team that I'm trying to use, but I really feel like Mona needs to be used second. If you've ever, also, by the way, if you've noticed my voice is not good today, yeah, it's not. I threw it out on the stream that we did, and, luckily I haven't had to have any issues, but, yeah, there have been issues. Thrilling Tales here is really annoying because you have to switch into Durin after you use it. However, like, it really sucks because I'd like to have Bennett for longer on this team because I'm using Durin on field. You know what I mean? So I think what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to technically have Thrilling Tales there, but it's not going to do anything because I'm going to go ahead and have the rotation be Mona, Fiorina, and I'm just going to go ahead and have the rotation be a little better. Ooh, we don't have a lot of things. All right. What? Okay, so let's go ahead here and let's see what kind of damage we can get off. Please, just be gentle. That's all I ask. I'm going to get hit immediately. Alright, and we'll do this and this. Okay, and we can see 200,000 as you see, and then 170, and then still 120, you know. It can work. I'll never use this team again. I hate it. How long has it taken me to get a single run where it worked? Oh, 11 minutes. I didn't even realize I've pulled out my hair because of the way that it is. Oh, this has not been a fun time. Alright, so let's go ahead and change up teams to where we can actually use them pretty effectively. Now, most of the time on like a Verissa team, it's a little bit of, I doubt that you're really gonna see huge improvements. Now, one thing I'll have to say is that, where's my Durin? Come on, where are you at, bro? One thing I'll have to say, though, is that when I'm using Durin, you know, I'm not really... This is good, right? Obviously. We can all agree that this is, like, pretty good. However, if you're already getting 20%, I don't know how worth it, especially for this team where, you know, Varus is an electro character. I don't know how worth it's going to be to get that 70% over, you know, having someone like Eon-san on your team, right? Obviously here, I don't think it's even a question. I think you're going to want to use Durin without those sort of supports because it's just the extra pyro damage that would get affected. And here we want to use Durin White Flame mode, and as you saw there, I went from basically 0 to full. It's just a really good overall burst, you know, mechanic. I love that they made him so easy to use. So let's go ahead here. We should be pretty easy to just get through this. I assume we're in the proper state. Okay, well, we just missed the... Yeah, sure. All right, so we see 150,000 and then 40,000. I mean, that's pretty good. For a C0 character, I mean, Verissa, bro. Come on. You gotta be doing better than that. I don't even know how good that was because, like, genuinely, you need to have Electro applied, but Verissa just didn't. Alright, this is a nightmare video. Alright, this is perfect. It's perfect. I am already having difficulties recording, and then they're just like, yeah, add more. Because you need to be able to apply Electro and Pyro at the same time, or not at the same time, but just be able to have, you know, those reactions going so you can actually properly see the damage amounts that you're doing. And yes, 40,000 there, you know, 40,000. It seems about 40,000 damage. I don't know how many times he's hitting, but he's probably hitting pretty nicely, right? And, you know, I think that's pretty good overall. I think that's pretty good overall. 40,000. Let's go ahead. I'll throw in my Mavwika. We won't really, like, you know, it's a little bit like, oh, well, you know, if we throw in Mavwika, let's see how much damage she can do. I don't know how much damage she's actually going to be able to do, but Mavwika, I think, will probably work. My Mavwika specifically is going to work better, but I'm curious. I don't know if how much of an upgrade Durin will be here. I figured it'd be more, but, you know, again, though, I'm not looking at C1 Durin yet. So, like, I'm comparing him with a C2 Mavwika here. It's not really a fair comparison whatsoever. So let me go ahead. Chevy already has her thing, so we'll just pop Q, hold E. Yeah. Boom, boom. So my Mavwika starts out with 400,000 damage and then hits for 50. So, and then obviously my Verisa's doing more damage, but don't attribute that to much, because keep in mind, Verisa is Mavuika is shredding the defense by 20%, which is giving Verisa a flat 10% damage boost. Because this 20% defense res is equal to basically a 10% raw damage boost. So it's a little unfair to look at even Verisa's number, but Mavuika is providing actual, active support with this ability, right? She does give 40% damage bonus, which does, help out Verisa do more damage. However, again, we go ahead and we can take C1 Durin, add to that, and C1 Durin is going to be increasing, by 60% of his attack, right? And his attack, we'll go ahead quickly to just see how it may function. Let's go ahead here and let's see Durin's attack. So that's 3,000, and then we won't be doing this, but I'll do this real quick just so we can see, and hopefully 3,000. No, that's got to be lower. So I took too long on Noblesse. Yeah, 12 seconds. So it's about 3,000, right? So let's say 3,200, because that's what we saw with Noblesse active. So 3,200 with Noblesse active, right? So we take 60% of 3,200. I'll go ahead and quickly bring up my calculator app. 3,200 times 0.6, yep, 1,920, right? But you have to understand that's going to get multiplied by damage bonuses, crit damage, 184% crit damage. We're talking, damage bonuses that Eon-san's giving, right? Obviously here, this is 40% damage bonus, Chevy, 60% damage bonus. So it's already getting multiplied by 100% there. And then it's going to be multiplied by 280% again. So if I go 100%, so if I say multiply by 100%, which is 2, so that's 10,000 extra damage to Verisa's hits. And that's not including probably a whole bunch of other things, right? Eon-san can give even some damage bonus on top of that. So there are ways to, one, get more attack on Durin, because, he's at 3,000 somehow. I don't know why, I don't know when, I don't know what. But he got to 3,000, and that's without a Chevy thing. Let's see. 3,002. All right, so it ran out as soon as I did the Chevy thing. Whatever. But yeah, that's that. It's really hard to keep doing this. Okay, so here we go. Let's do this. Yep. Swirl. Yes. And we'll go here. Actually, no, because we're not vaporizing or anything. So it's actually would have been better for us to choose to go ahead and yeah, so actually his constant white form is actually the one that you want to use there, because Durin himself, the reason why his dark form is, better for those vape teams or teams where he will be vaping, which we'll go ahead and showcase here with Nevi. So the reason why it's better to actually do the white form there is because he's not vaping. Durin himself isn't vaping. So if Durin's not vaping, you basically want to be in the white form no matter what. Do major things. I'm probably going to end the video after this because it's just getting worse and worse the more I talk. Let's go ahead and let's see. So now here is where we would want this, and boom, and here we go. So now what we'll see is Durin 116, right? So that's still lower than my Mavuika, but again, my Mavuika defense shreds and is a whole bunch. This is Durin, man. This is Durin. He ain't doing bad. So 119 is what we saw there. And keep in mind, if you go with his C1, you can basically assume, let me do 233 divided by 150. It's 60%. So you basically guarantee yourself an extra 60%, meaning Durin's going to be hitting for 170, 180 damage on that team there. And then again, he probably doesn't have his best artifact sets. As simple as that. He probably doesn't have his best artifact sets. Is he just at 2,800 attack? Well, what is your deal here, buddy? I guess he's just at 2,800 attack. So yeah, I think that's kind of it for teams that I wanted to do before. Obviously he has this team I think is specifically going to be better for him. I guess we'll showcase this at C0. Okay, so let's go ahead here. I already have my thing for that. All right, and we'll pop this and this. Okay. All right, go, keep going. 47,000. And again, I mean, well, the thing is, Chloride does a lot more than 20 hits. You know, it's nice to think, oh yeah, Durin, you're doing so good. And then, but keep in mind, Chloride does a lot more than 20 hits per normal. So Durin's gonna add damage to all those 20 hits, right? Durin's gonna add damage to all those 20 hits. It's not really gonna be, well, I guess it's 182. You know, that's kind of crazy for a non-crit build. I'm surprised that I guess it's because she has a crit weapon. Where well, no, I guess my Durin build it's because it's noblesse, and then yeah, like my noblesse pieces aren't really that good. I could raise this, but then again, it's kind of chat. It is kind of a situation where he's not going to use this ever after he is, you know, used. So, oh wow, great, thanks. Oh yeah, we're not raising that anymore. All right, that's gonna go into my transmutator fodder. All right, whatever. We're good, chat. I think that is probably gonna be where I end this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.